All right, I just launched at one of my favorite places, Campo's Marina here in Shell Beach. Water is absolutely sky high. We've had an east wind blowing for a couple days now, pretty significant east wind. That's got the water up, tide's still rising. I'm fishing the afternoon because I want to take advantage of that falling tide. It should be falling in just a little bit, not too long from now. But I just talked to Robbie Campo. He said there are actually some trout still in Lake Bourne along that east shoreline. I don't know, I may go do that. My plan was to actually go fish ponds. I love fishing ponds for reds and some trout when this water's up. But man, that report from Robbie's pretty good. So I don't know, I'll figure it out on the way. But no matter what, this is gonna be an absolute blast. Come along with me. All right, well, the wind made the decision easy for me. No way I can get out in Lake Bourne at all. It's just way too windy. I'm hoping this wind will die, at least somewhat, but it's blowing really, really hard right now. Definitely in the low 20s. So I'm gonna stay inside and fish ponds. Water is way up. You can see how flooded all this marsh is. Love this situation for fishing ponds. I'm gonna throw this purple nurple ATV, it's Bill Lewis ATV. Water clarity is, I'd say, about a 7 out of 10. It's good, it's not crazy good, but it's very, very fishable. I'll put it this way, if we don't catch fish, one excuse we will not have is water clarity. It's plenty good enough. But I'll also say this, I'm very confident that we should be able to find some fish. Only factor working against us is this hellacious wind. You know, it just really just makes fishing tough. You kind of fish more where you have to than where you want to. You know, even within a pond or a lake, you are kind of limited in how you fish it. But that's okay, I'm not complaining. Conditions could be a whole lot worse, that's for sure. I like to throw this thing up on shorelines and twitch it back. If there's any fish around, they cannot resist this thing. Redfish, speckled trout, and flounder, and the occasional bass. But the area I'm fishing in, I wouldn't expect to catch very many bass. Definitely could catch a few, but not many. And this is just a random pond I stopped to fish. I like the way it looked on the map because it's kind of hot dog shaped, and the wind is blowing basically to just push me down this pond. Does it have fish or not? Who knows? We'll find out. I can tell you some days you're more eager to catch fish than others. And by the way, there's some grass in here. Obviously it fouled the bait on that cast, but I'm glad to see there's some grass here. But today I'm really, really eager to catch fish. It's been too long. My wife and I spent the week in San Clemente, California, enjoying some absolutely beautiful weather. 72 high, 55 low every day. Nothing like South Louisiana. But, you know, now we're back home. It's obviously very hot, middle of summer, but I'm in my happy place in the marsh, eager to catch some fish. Oh, not sure what this is. It's something though. Oh my goodness. look at this, number 7. All right, if you're not a regular viewer, let me get off this shoreline right here. This is incredible. If you're not a regular viewer, you may not know. This makes 7 trips in a row that I've caught at least one flounder. That doesn't happen in the marshes I fish here in South Louisiana. Just crazy. Just crazy. Really nice, beautiful flounder. Look at this doormat. So awesome. 7 straight trips. I gotta get a picture. And this guy, of course, is getting a boat ride. 7 trips in a row with at least one flounder. Just so awesome. You know, I did a video a few weeks ago talking about the rebound of the flounder in the state. We had a pretty significant rebound in 2024, but man, 2025 is looking like just crazy. And a lot of you commented on that video and said you're definitely running across more flounder this year than you have in the past few years. Just absolutely makes my day. I cannot believe 7 trips in a row. I don't know when this streak is gonna break. Hopefully never. I hope it just keeps going on. So much fun. I mean, it's my favorite bycatch. I say it all the time. I love catching flounder. You know, if you've watched all 7 of these videos, you know, I've caught a few of those flounder on this ATV crankbait. You would never think that this is a flounder targeting bait, but they love it. I mean, flounder don't care. They're just ambush predators. They're gonna eat whatever passes in front of them. You know, they lay on the ground, just lying in wait for bait to pass over them. And they see something that looks good, they're gonna go up and hit it. I got a glimpse of that fish before I got him in the boat. When he was halfway in, I'm like, man, that looks like a flounder, but I didn't want to say it. I couldn't believe it could be another flounder, but it was. Water temp, in case I didn't say it, 90.6. Hot. Hot, hot. Oh, I got smoked. I missed him. Oh, shoot. And my bait got fouled on this line, so he wasn't gonna hit it again. I mean, I got a really good hit. Let's see if he's still there. Oh, there he is. Is that a trout? Yes. Look at that. Beautiful keeper speckled trout. Inside, in the middle of summer. Nice. I will take that for sure. You know, inside in the summer months, you catch a lot of throwback trout, not a whole lot of keepers. I mean, obviously you're glad to run across them any time of year, but especially in the summer. This time of year, the trout move to the big bays, the big salty water, to go spawn. But they're not all out there. There's some still inside 365 days a year. You don't expect to come in here and catch a limit, which in Louisiana is 15. Got to be 13 inches each. You come in here looking for a variety pack. Some reds, you definitely might catch a limit of reds. A few trout, flounder or two, maybe a bass or two. That's a good summer day. Oh, I just turned around to go hit that mouth again where we caught that trout. Doozy of a storm right there. It's super close. Super close. I might have to make a little move. It's not a big storm, but it does look pretty intense. All right, I checked the radar. I could not be worse positioned. This thing is coming right at me, so I'm gonna have to put the brakes on this trip for a little bit and make a little move. No fish. It's worth dying in a lightning storm for. All right, that storm lasted a good bit longer than I expected. It was way more intense than I expected. It is now 4:10. There are kind of storms popping up all around. I had to run all the way back to the marina, but I'm back in the marsh now. Gonna see what we can catch in this lake. It's kind of clear here. Got some definite storms back that way. Hopefully they don't come and wallop us. Hopefully we get a little while of fish. Water temp in here is 88 degrees. A couple of degrees cooler than what we left. Maybe it's cooled off by the rain, because it definitely did rain in this particular area we're fishing now, for sure. I ran through the tail of the end getting here, and now as you can tell it's sunny. It's kind of the thing with fishing in the summer. These storms just pop up and you never know where. Definitely makes you grateful to have radar. You know, you think just, 20 years ago or so, when that wasn't really an option. You just kind of had to watch with your eyes and kind of guesstimate as to where the storms were going to go. Now you can predict it pretty accurately. I'm sticking with this purple nurple ATV because I do want to fish kind of fast in case some more storms decide to come this way. I think while we were sitting at the marina, the tide began to fall. Can't really tell in here. particularly with this wind blowing. Can't tell what the tide's doing, but I think it may be falling. I'm hoping so. We should be able to tell when we come to a cut. All right, here's a beautiful Trout right here. It looks like the water's dumping out of it. It could just be wind blown, might just be the surface. I can't really tell. Sure does look like it's falling though. I've had a bit of a lull after that rain, not uncommon. Like when you're on a good bite, and you know, I wasn't necessarily on a good bite, but I had really good action before that storm. Just not long because we hadn't been fishing long. A lot of times when the rain comes through, it'll just completely shut it down. Sometimes the opposite's the case. If you're really struggling and a shower comes through, sometimes it really turns the fish on. I think the former was the case today. But we're getting some really, really good conditions now. Water's gorgeous on this falling tide. At the end of the rise, toward the end of the rise, it was okay. It was good, but not great. Now it's great. And it's really, really falling hard. Starting to see some bait, so that's good. I like my chances between now and sunset. Oh, there's a fish. Is that a red? Yep, sure is. Oh, it's a nice red. It sure is a nice red. Let's go chase him. We really got to land this fish because he will make a marsh slam. Ooh, come on, dude. Stay hooked up. All right, we got him. There we go. Green hornet matrix shad, 1/4 ounce death grip jig head. And that's a nice keeper South Louisiana redfish. Beautiful fish. Look how colorful he is. Love it. So glad to have this guy. Oh, I missed him. Oh, good hit. What in the world was that? Oh, look at that. He left me a scale. How rude. Oh, there he is. Oh, nice speckled trout. There we go. All right. I got more than a scale out of him. Whoa, broke my line. At least he broke off in the boat. All right. Right at that Trout mouth right there. All right, I'm retied. All kind of bait hitting in here, or stuff hitting bait in here. In this little bayou. Oh, goodness. You know, as I mentioned earlier, I'm always grateful for every keeper speckled trout I catch in the marsh this time of year. The fish will eventually be joined by more keepers, typically around mid-August. And that's when that starts. Sometimes not till September, but usually around mid-August is when I start seeing a few more keepers around. But the month of July typically is pretty tough for keeper trout. Now, if you want them in this Shell Beach area, I mean, they're definitely good trout to be had. Out in Breton Sound, you don't have to even go that far. You just got the Bayou. Typically catch a lot of throwbacks, but a lot of keepers in the mix as well. Man, there's a ton of bait in here. Find the bait, find the fish, right? And you know, if you want to definitely increase your odds for speckled trout this time of year, you certainly want to bring live shrimp, which are available at Campos. Man, there's something busting some bait like crazy back here. Oh, there we go. That's a keeper trout. He smoked it. All right, all right. That's what's back in this little bayou. Well, I think he's probably between 12 and 13. Man, look how fat he is. No doubt that fish is feeding. I'm not even gonna measure him. But there's some keepers out there. Oh, it's shrimp. I just saw one skip across the surface. It's a little brown shrimp that they're hitting. Wow. I'm getting some hits, but nothing like the number of fish that are hitting bait on the surface. Try a couple different techniques. First, I'm gonna try this Versamax Pro Max. I got that over a Salt Strong Power Prawn, 16th ounce death grip jig head. We'll see if we get some takedowns on the cork. All right, I'm gonna throw this TWP, basically a popwater knockoff. To me, this bait, among all the topwaters, looks most like a shrimp. Oh, there we go. First cast with the TWP. I don't think he's gonna make the CUT, but it was an awesome strike. Man, I tell you what, you're worth a measure. Kind of a funny shaped fish, got half a tail, but he's 12 and a half. Gave him some new body jewelry, and now we're gonna let him go. That's kind of what you expect to catch inside this time of year. Those little guys like that. And last summer, man, I caught a ton of between 12 and 13 inches. It's the first summer after they changed the limits from 12 to 13. And you can tell it had done some good because those fish were protected. There they are. Can't quite reach them. It's apparent it's kind of one of those deals where you kind of got to wait for the school to come up and cast where they are. Oh, he missed it. That one didn't miss it, but boy, is he little. Oh, it's a ladyfish. Ladyfish. These things will make a mess in your boat and on your hands. As I was saying, lots of slime boogers. Oh, I missed him. All right, another batch is coming up. Ah, it's another lady. Shoot. Shoot. There we go. So something I like to do with these freshwater baits when I fish them in these saltier areas, just pour some fresh water on them. Keep those hooks from rusting. Makes a big difference. If I didn't do this, literally by tomorrow, these hooks would be rusted. I'm gonna kind of fish my way out of here. It's getting late. Maybe we can bump into another redfish or keeper speckled trout Or heck, maybe even a flounder. Wouldn't that be something? No, I'm hoping to save my flounder good fortune for my next trip so I can make it 8 in a row. That would just be 7 in a row is insane. Look how this beautiful ledge is set up right here. This water is coming through here and it's hitting against that. I guarantee you that's a shallow spot. That looks very, very fishy. We'll see if there's anything up there. We know there's a ton of bait in here. Look at all these shrimp. Look at all these shrimp. Look, look, look. Look at this. That's what we came through. That's what we were throwing into. I'm gonna try and get on the other side of it. Look at that, look at that. I don't think it's a lot of big trout, but there's some keeper trout in there, obviously. Look at these fish. Got to throw that topwater again. The thing to do is to just sit and wait. Wait for them to come up. You're going to get a hit guaranteed when they come up. You might get a hit when they're not up, but the problem is you might not be in the right area when you're working the bait when they do come up, so you won't get a chance to throw on them. It's hard to be that patient though. Sometimes you'll go 5-10 minutes without the fish coming up, and then they'll come up 5 times in the next minute. You know, they're just sitting there waiting for that bait to move through. When the bait moves through, they go crazy. That's when they're most catchable, of course, because they're in a frenzy. There we go. There we go. Oh, I missed him. Shoot. That's one bad thing with this bait. It gets fouled a lot. That front hook, the line gets wrapped around it. Look at that. Look at that. See, that's what you gotta wait for. It's hard to do though. It's not shrimp, it's some kind of little bait fish. I don't know what they are. They almost look like tiny storm minnows. One of them swam right next to the boat and just stayed there. Oh, that sun's chasing me in. Getting to be time to go. All right, I think it's all ladyfish. Time to call it.